What's up, y'all? This is Lance of BH Capital Enterprises coming to you with another episode of Market Markup, where basically I choose a ticker or whether it be crypto, stock market or whatever, and I offer an opinion based on what I see in the charts. And of course, that opinion is solely my own opinion. It's not any sort of recommendation for any stock or any type of security at all. It's just me doing this thing that I love to do strictly for fun, strictly for entertainment purposes. So definitely do your own due diligence as you go over these things, watch these videos and whatnot. So um, what I do here with my company is I teach people about the stock market, but my main focus is technical analysis. That's not to discount the importance of fundamental analysis because I do employ both schools of thought and combine them both for my benefit. So um, each trader is different. So just you decide what type of trader that you want to be. I don't necessarily teach people how to trade options or anything like that. Just options just happens to be the vehicle that I use to uh, illustrate my system. So in my high tech options workshops, people come through there wanting to learn more about price action, how to read price action on charts, and so that's what they learn in that workshop. So if you have any questions about my high tech options workshop, hit me up. Whether you want to hit me up privately or just leave a comment under the video. You can find me on Facebook, BH Capital Enterprises, Twitter and Instagram at BHCapENTLLC. So you can DM me there. Whatever your preferred method of communication is, I'm all for it. I partnered with Onyx Wealth Solutions, so Sharika Burton over there at Onyx Wealth Solutions. If you're not familiar with her, go check out her Instagram. She's got a lot of great content. But we partnered to bring the high tech options workshop into a live format. So we'll be focusing a lot on trading psychology and basically how the system that I've created is um, designed to assist you in your trading psychologically. So that uh, we're getting close to um, the launch date on that, and that'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina, on June 18th through June 22nd. The 18th and 22nd are only they're only travel days. So the actual seminar will be the 19th through the 21st. So the first 2 days will be, strictly classroom. And then the final day, which will be on a Monday, will be applying what we've learned over the past, well, what we will learn over the first 2 days on that last day in the actual market. So, whether you paper trade or whether you choose to use live money is on you, but we'll be using that live price action to hammer home those concepts. So if you have questions about high tech options live or high tech options accelerated live, let me know. We're still at this point accepting payment if people are trying to get in last minute. So um, yeah, let's get into Ethereum. So I don't know that I've ever looked at Ethereum from a technical standpoint. It just happens to be one of my favorite crypto or cryptocurrencies. Disclaimer, I do have some Ethereum. I just tend to, buy and hold. Um, but I'm going to do that now. The unfortunate thing about doing this inside Thinkorswim is that I don't have a lot of data, from a technical standpoint. So The yearly chart, I just have one bar. So I think that Ethereum became available on Thinkorswim's platform probably this year or maybe late last year. So not very long ago. Um, but yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is just try to form an opinion on what I think is going to happen with Ethereum. Not That's not to say that it's correct, it's the end all be all or anything like that. In my opinion, changes as the price action changes if necessary. So starting with the monthly chart, like I said, I didn't start with, I usually start with the yearly chart, but I didn't start with this time because it's just one bar, one big green bar. So yeah, so as you can see, you can look at Ethereum futures on Thinkorswim with the /ETH. Hit enter, and then that'll bring it up. So, yeah, so, okay, so February, I'm guessing, is maybe when Ethereum became available on Thinkorswim's platform. But as you can see, Ethereum is in a bullish phase right now, currently, overall. Um, but uh, we've had a pretty strong sell-off this month, for the month of May so far, but still overall bullish, for the month. Um, so let's see here. Yeah, still overall bullish for the month, but it's still, we're just in the middle of the month, so that could change by the end of the month. So I'll be sure to remind myself to come back and check on Ethereum's monthly chart toward the end of the month. Um, but okay, I'm gonna mark up some levels here that may be of interest to me. Let's use this. Okay. All right, so we got some support down here around 1435. So I would kind of make note of this area here. And you guys should know by now, I like to have my levels look a certain way. So we're going to call this kind of historical support. I'll say monthly historical support. All right, we're going to show it on the right. Boom. Okay, so monthly historical support right there. Um, Also, we got another level here at about 19 and a half. Um, so I will mark that level as well. Actually, I want to move that down just a little bit. I'm actually going to put it right around about 1950. Alright, so that's going to represent pretty much um, February, March highs. Okay. So when I mark my levels, I like to have some sort of reminder of uh, why that level is significant. So I tend to um, label them so that I'll know when I look at it, okay, it's approaching this key level, or this level is not as significant, stuff like that. So what I am, excuse me. So from the month of April to May, Ethereum had a nice little gap up here on the monthly chart. So and this isn't the case with every chartist, but me personally, I make note of gaps on charts especially when they happen on like the daily, the weekly, the monthly chart. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. And I'm probably going to do an actual a rectangle here, just so, and then kind of put some sort of, well, I don't even have to extend it over that far, actually. Okay, and you know, there's no telling really what will happen with this gap. There's a chance that the price could drop down into this range, and it could drop down into this range and bounce. It could close this gap and continue to fall. It could consolidate in this area, but you know, time will tell. So that's definitely something that I'll be keeping an eye on for sure. Alright, so actually I'm going to do a little bit of a lighter green here. So I'm just making this green color to remind myself that this is like a like a little buy zone kind of. Um, okay, so sorry. Um, so yeah, this area right here between about what's this? About low, I'll say 2,800 and about 3,000 is definitely a level that I'd keep an eye on. And then that the bottom range of that level is pretty much represents April's closing price, somewhere around there. April between basically between April high and close. So, um, like I said, you know, well, I didn't say this in this video, but gaps don't always get filled, but a lot of times they do. Um, but I don't often see a gap on monthly charts, but they do happen. But they happen on the lower time frames much more frequently. But I will definitely be looking to see if Ethereum continues to fade down and maybe into this area. And it may not happen this month. It could happen next month. It could happen sometime this summer. You never know. Time, like I said, time will tell. But what I am noticing here is that volume has steadily increased at a pretty nice clip here over the past 4 months here. Um, let's see, is there anything else that I would make note of here on this particular chart? No, not really. Not really on this chart. First, I need to see it drop below, um, or drop into this zone here. So that's something that I'll be watching. I'm gonna delete that. All right, let's take a look at the weekly chart. Okay. All right. Sorry again. My phone is just going off the hook right now. Okay, so this is the weekly chart on Ethereum, and as you can see, the levels that I marked up on the monthly chart have you know pretty much held true so far. So um, we got what I can only assume to be a breakout here above this level, and then um, late February, the price retested this monthly historical support level and bounced from there. It at first, or actually second test of uh, the monthly February March high, which was around 1950, it rejected that level, and then finally in late March it broke out above that level. Kind of sort of had a retest here, but it was more so indecision. Um, and then it just took off to the all-time high 44.065 that you see up here. Again, from the week of 4/26 to the first week in May, nice little gap up here on the weekly chart. Um, this candlestick right here, just clear signal that bulls were losing strength and that bears had stepped in, and there was some indecision going on. And so far this week we have a nice little doji. So continues to be some uh, there continues to be some indecision on this chart right now. But definitely a pretty good chance for the price to move down into this range that I indicated or I identified on that prior chart. Um, After this week, if this week closes out bearish, then I'd probably be looking for a confirmation candlestick of a bearish reversal, which would mean that next week would have to be, well, first this week would have to be bearish, and then next week would have to be bearish as well. So that's what I'll be looking for, and I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, that there will be some battling down here if the bears can get the price down that low. So might see some consolidation along there. Worst case scenario is, or depending on how you look at it, but worst case scenario is Ethereum hits this level and then eventually breaks down to that 1950 or maybe 2000 range, and then bounces from there. So for me personally, and of course this is not any type of investment advice, I would probably be looking to pick up some more Ethereum inside this zone. If it breaks down here, I'd probably be looking at the mid 2000 range, and then if it continues to go down, then I'd be looking at this monthly uh, historical level, which is slightly below 2000. But I'd probably buy in before then. So I just, when I look at crypto charts, I pretty much look at them to identify um, times to buy or dollar cost average, or times to initiate a position. Like I said, I tend to buy and hold. I don't really trade crypto, at least not right now. But know a lot of people that do. So uh, charts. So the stuff that I teach obviously translates over into cryptocurrency, into forex, into whatever uh, instrument that you choose to trade that offers you insight into price action. Um, Let me see. Am I seeing anything else? So obvious stage two or phase two markup here, but we're getting some. We can either be getting some consolidation, so phase three distribution, or it could be just going straight on into that phase four markdown. But time will tell. Let's take a look at the. Wait, wait, wait. Actually, I'm going to So I'm going to do another price level here. I'm going to keep it orange because I like to have my price levels be orange, but I'm going to let that be a solid line on the right. Alright, so weekly resistance there. Alright, so got my, levels that I'm watching. When it comes to crypto, because it can just be so, the price action just can be so volatile. I tend to focus more on the levels that I think are more important. So, um, if I'm looking at, maybe on one chart, I may have a bunch of levels that I think are important, but when it comes to crypto, especially like Bitcoin and Ethereum, I mean, as you can see, Ethereum is currently up $126. So these key levels are going to be wide, so they're wide to represent that volatility. So let's look at the daily chart. All right, so here in the daily chart, we can see some of that market cycle transitioning possibly going on here. So we got phase one, and as you can see, the price just kind of oscillated between these two historical levels before we finally got a breakout, retest and bounce, and then finally broke out here. Um, so phase one, phase two, got some phase three, and we might be in phase four markdown at this point, which is bearish. Um, I'm going to do just going to do a little box here. And I'm going to, no, I want to put a text box in there. Phase 3 distro for distribution. We're going to, actually, I'm just going to move this out and make it bigger, larger, bigger, whatever. Make it white, bold. Boom, there we go. All right, so phase 3 distribution. And then we have what may or may not be the start of phase 4 markdown. And like I said, in my opinion, there's a good chance that Ethereum may move down into this area at least, especially if it can't get back above this weekly resistance area and maybe back into this range here. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. That volume overall is tapering off over the past few weeks. Or a few days. We're actually looking at the daily chart now. So the past few days, Ethereum's volume has tapered off. Um, let's see. I don't see any patterns at the moment on this specific chart. Doesn't mean that it's not in the process of creating one, or it doesn't mean that one is not there. It's just that either I'm just not aware of that specific pattern, or I'm just a little too tired to notice it. But the great thing about charts is you can look at the same chart multiple times, and you can see different things each time. but the real skill is in knowing how to put those things together to create an overall picture or an overall story of what may be happening with the price action in that chart. So um, basically, my overall opinion. Let me look at one more thing. My overall opinion so far of Ethereum is that the price may head down into this light green area, at which point I may or may not be looking to pick up some more um, at a discount. So me personally, I'm not the type that tries to buy something on every dip, because with knowing how to read a chart, I feel like I can uh, better decide or choose better areas in which to dollar cost average. So, all right, so my 50-day moving average is way down, slightly below 2,500, so not even a factor at this point, and we don't have enough uh, price information on this particular platform in order to know what that 200-day moving average is at this point. So we'll probably have to look at something like maybe Binance or TradeView to get those numbers. So um, yeah, this is it. That's all I can see right now when it comes to Ethereum. I'm not even sure that Thinkorswim has any other crypto or supports any other crypto on this platform. May or may not, but I'm not aware at this time. Um, so far, I know for sure Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can pull those up, but as far as any of the others, no idea. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So just to recap, with as far as Ethereum is concerned, I'm looking for the price to potentially pull back to the low 3,000, somewhere between 2,800 and 3,000, potentially, uh, and that's where I'll probably be looking to pick up some more Ethereum. And this could take place over the course of a few weeks. I don't know how long it'll take for it to get there or whether it will get there, but I'll be watching, and I hope you guys will be too. Be sure to let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys' opinion is as far as Ethereum is concerned and what's going to happen in the near future. And leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. I appreciate you in advance. Be sure to hit that notification bell so that you'll be one of the first to know when I release new content. And if you guys have any recommendations, you want to see me weigh in on any other ticker, let me know. I'll be happy to do that for you and put a video out for you. Again, this is not any type of investment advice. If you have any questions about my offerings, be sure to hit me up, Lance at bhcapitalenterprises.com. You can leave me a comment in the comment section, send me a DM, uh, send me an inbox on Facebook. Doesn't matter to me. Whatever your preferred method of communication is, I will try my best to accommodate you. See you next time in the next market markup.